She must be muted.
She is.
All right.
No.
Teresa and Kathy. Wow, that's slow. I hope that doesn't mean my internet's slow today. And, okay. Now it's in there. All right.
I thought somebody else was on too, but I guess not. Just Linda.
Bob's sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that we're recording, the problem is you said when you zoom, it doesn't do full screen, but you're not actually asking it to do full screen. So if you go in the upper left-hand corner, what browser are you using right now?
Um, Probably Google.
Okay, so you're using Chrome?
Yes, Chrome.
Okay, probably. So you go up to where that X is, and then just below the X, if you're using Chrome, you're going to have three little dots.
Hmm. No, no, no. Um,
So
no.
look down at your toolbar at the very bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and what browsers are showing.
Chrome
Okay, so there is
and
a little blue line under the Chrome.
yeah. Well, actually, it's under Zoom. So the
Okay,
blue
but
line is under Zoom.
you're still in Chrome while you're using Zoom, or are you using the Zoom app?
I could be using the Zoom app. I have no idea.
Okay. So,
Because the blue line is under, the icon Zoom.
right. So that probably means you're using the Zoom app, which is fine, but your browser is still probably open.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the way to minimize in the app? Okay, minimize the app. You're not going away. You'll still hear me. You're just not going to see me right now.
Okay.
So minimize that.
All
Good
right.
morning, Jackie,
Good
Terry.
morning. No, Lou.
No, Lou. Bummer. Um, okay, so you minimize Zoom, right, Kathy?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Now what are you looking at?
I see Google.
Okay.
I see where it says sign in Zoom, because I have those written across the top,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
That's
it says
okay.
sign in Zoom, but
Don't worry about that. We're just talking about
mhm.
zooming in so that you can see better, right?
Right,
So
right.
now you can see the X at the top and the three little dots under it. Okay.
Yes,
Click on
under,
those three little dots,
okay.
and that's
Yep.
your menu for your browser. That's the browser
Okay.
menu. When you
Okay.
scroll down, you can see it says Zoom.
Yes.
What percentage does it say?
100.
Okay. Now, if you move over to the far right, there is little corners of like what we used to put photos in,
Yeah,
those little
it's
photo
like little
corners.
screen. Right. I
That's
see it.
full screen.
Okay. It says
Hit
that.
full screen and see if that improves it for you.
Okay. To exit full screen push. Okay. It says escape. Let me just see now. Okay. That being said, now I've got to go to hide
You don't
video
have to
now.
do anything yet. Just tell me before you do anything because I don't know what you're going to do.
Okay.
How is the appearance for you?
I think it's behind, it is behind my Chrome now. So
What's behind Chrome?
all I see is you in a small box on the right. I clicked full screen and all I see now is just the Google screen with nothing at the top. I think
Yes.
what it made Google full screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
All
you were
right.
talking about wanting to do a bigger
Right.
picture.
Right.
So
Okay.
with Google, that's how you'll do that.
Okay. Got it.
Is full screen. When you
Okay.
do full screen, it tends to it so when I did that, because I'm looking at Zoom in my browser, not in the app, it
Mm-hmm.
made Zoom bigger and it took Zoom to full screen as well. You're using Zoom in your app, right? So
Right.
you've got a little app running, a little program running on the side. You're not running through a tab in your
Right.
Chrome.
Okay, I have a question because it's now full screen. The bar at the bottom is not there. So
Correct.
how do I minimize this? Because there's nothing at the top to minimize it. Oh, there's an X. I can hit that X.
Mhm.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me try that again because it went
Well,
away.
wait a minute. Which X?
It's an X above the Google icon on the full screen of Google, so don't do that.
No, that'll close everything.
Okay.
That
So how do I
accident
get back to Zoom?
Go down to your, oh, you can't see your toolbar.
Right.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to push and hold the escape button for a minute. Not a minute, just escape on your keyboard. It's in
On the
upper
left.
left-hand corner.
Okay. Hold that down for a minute.
No, not a minute,
I
just,
need-
you know,
Okay.
a moment.
A moment. Okay. It says to exit full screen, hit escape. Got it.
Yep. Hit
Oh, that was
escape.
good.
Yeah. And so then that makes that go away. Now, and for those of you who are coming in late, hey, Carlene and Renee and Andy, she was
Oh,
talking about not being able to see and zoom in enough to make things bigger. And so what we were looking at is using full screen from your browser, which can be very helpful because it's going to make things much bigger. Of course, you can just go to your browser. I'm going to try this. I don't think you'll be able to see it because Zoom tends to block these things, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try and share my window. Okay. Are you looking at yourselves now?
Yes.
Okay. But can you also see my business up at the top of the screen here?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're talking about is when you go to these three dots this is using Chrome, and your other browsers are going to do this too. I just can't show it to you because I'm not in those. But the three dots right up at the top, can you see the drop-down menu that came?
No.
When I push those three dots, you can't see the drop-down menu?
No.
Zoom, darn you. Let's see. I'm going to stop sharing and share again and see if that will, yeah, see. All right, now we'll try. Nope, it bounces right back. Let me try entire screen. That might, I might just found something. Okay. Now can you see the drop-down menu?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I just learned something today. When you're sharing in Zoom, you can share a tab. So just the tabs I'm looking at. You can share a window if I'm looking at a particular window, or I can share the entire screen, which is letting you see everything. So much more useful. All right. So backing up, I'm in Chrome. I'm going up here to my three dots. Where we were talking was down here, you can zoom in, and let's see if you can see this. So I'm zooming this to 175%. Can you see the change?
Yes.
Now it just looks like me and Kathy.
Yeah.
So you can make things bigger that way. It's like using a hand lens or a microscope to just really get in. Or you can also do full screen, which is this little squares over on the side here. It's like
Okay.
it's like an incomplete square. So I click on that and that's full screen. Oh, Sally came and joined us too. Didn't see it when we were zoomed in. Hey, Sally. So now that I've got full screen, the problem is I can't access any of my other tabs. I can't access my toolbar at the bottom. I can't do any of that. So it's cumbersome if you're going back and forth between different windows and screens and tabs and trying to multitask. That's not when I would use full screen. I would use full screen if I were watching a movie or if I were just doing this Zoom where we're just talking to each other and I'm not having to share anything. So if I were a participant and I wanted to see everybody or see the speaker better, then I would change that so that it was full screen and so that removes any of the extra stuff on the edges. And I'm just looking at that. Now that I'm here, you have to remember that to get out of this, then you have to push escape, I'm sorry. So when I pushed escape just now, can you see what I'm looking at? Choose what to share? No? All right. I'm going to, but it did escape from there. It escaped entirely. Are you looking at my screen now?
Mm-hmm.
You are. Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, we're looking at
I don't see
all of-
Betsy. Oh, there she
I-
is. Okay.
Yes. We don't see your screen. We see, you're
Fine.
not sharing a screen.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna change to an email. Are you seeing that?
No.
No.
Okay. Interesting. All right, let's go back to it. Entire screen. Well, now it doesn't want to do it. Isn't that funny? Hit cancel. That's really funny. So what are you seeing?
Just like when we sign in.
Okay. All right, I'm going to try this now. Oh, now, okay. So I had to switch out. So I hit escape. It's a little bit wonky. Now are you seeing my email?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing that for now. So my point that I was trying to show is that when you do full screen, it limits some of your capabilities. The main thing to remember is, so you're not getting stuck in that loop of like, why can't I do anything, is that you have to hit escape. Okay. In Zoom, you can always just go right to your upper left-hand corner where it says view. You can do speaker view, where you're just seeing the big picture of who's ever's talking. You can do gallery view, which is what I always do in class, so that I can see everybody all at once and watch if faces are going, what did she mean by that? But you can also go to full screen from that menu. So let me see if I can share the whole thing again.
It did it. It did it.
It
That
did
was
it.
it.
That
Yeah,
was it. You could see it.
I see it. It's a full screen. That was it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Huh.
So you can see my full screen here.
No,
Okay.
I'm saying I see full screen.
Oh, you can see it. Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
pushed the full screen and that's what I was looking for.
This is really weird. Now I found another strange Zoom glitch. It's not allowing me to, I have to, again, go in and go out. So right now you're not looking at my screen, right?
Right.
All right. Now I'm going to go back. It's so wonky. I'm going to go share a tab, and that's that email we're going to talk about in a minute. You're seeing this, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. Now you've just gone back to looking at class, right?
Right.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to go back to Zoom,
And
and I'm going to go to view. When I go to view, at the very bottom, I can hit full screen. And again, it removes all the extra stuff, which is not useful for me because I'm bouncing back between extra stuff. But for you, just watching and not having to do anything, probably a good thing.
Perfect.
And Kathy's smiling, so I'm guessing it is. Then I just hit escape and it's done.
Mhm.
All right, awesome. All right, we are going to talk today is security day. So first question, does anybody have anything that they need to share about security?
My
Amy,
husband
I'm
just
not
got
hearing you
scammed.
sing. You can keep yourself going. Did you know you were singing?
You know what? I just thought, oh my God, I didn't have mute on. I'm so sorry.
No, I
I
was
hope it was-
enjoying it. It was a nice, in the background kind of.
It is, oh my gosh, sorry.
I like having a soundtrack. Don't apologize.
I was like, oh my God. Security stuff. My husband just got scammed on Facebook. It looked like he sent an invitation out to everybody, and everybody was like, we're smart enough to what you taught us, saying, hey, did Jeff really send this invitation out? So horrible.
So Terry has experienced this multiple times. Facebook is so good at allowing people to do this and to just, you pick somebody's name, you can capture anybody's picture, and create your whole thing. And you create your own account, but you use somebody else's name as your display name. And so then it sends out like, hey, is Jeff Jarvis, would you like to be friends?
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot we can do about that, sadly.
Yeah.
It's
So
mostly annoying.
I'm just wondering if somebody would have hit on the invitation and taken it how far and how bad it would have been for them.
That's the bad thing, is that oftentimes it is not a good thing. They're looking to capture live people and get all the data that they can on somebody who actually physically responds. So when that's happened to me in the past,
Yeah.
all I've done is, somebody alerts me, hey, I know we're friends. And so I immediately go onto my Facebook page and do a big, like, brightly colored announcement.
Yeah.
I am not asking for your friendship. We already are friends. Ignore that. But what we can do as consumers when that happens, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull up Facebook here. Let's see. And then I'll tap you into it.
And while you're doing that, he did get on and made a big splash. Don't anybody answer to this invitation. And he did change his password.
Excellent. So changing your password is a very good thing to do. But the other thing that you can do, let me see. I'm going to go. Let's see. All right. I'm in my feed now, and let me find. I have to find a personal one. There's always so much that's not personal. So many ads here. So many ads. Give me just a minute. Find something useful. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Okay, my mother-in-law. All right. My mother-in-law is a trip. She's a very nice lady. She's a trip.
She came to Joy Center. I remember.
Sadly, she has cancer.
Oh, sorry.
So, good news and bad news. Avril, our beloved Avril, is 100% cancer free.
Yay.
So excited about that. And my mother-in-law has a similar but not exactly the same kind of cancer, and she's starting treatment today. So hopefully she can have that same result.
Great.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do a tab this time. That'll be easier. All right, so we're in Facebook. You're seeing it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So here's my mother-in-law, Carol Based. She always does lovely, beautiful things. She's always got flowers and all kinds of stuff. But let's say that a post happens and so let's say this is not the Carol Based I know. It is, but we're going to have to pretend for a minute. And let's say this is the phantom one that is stolen my actual mother-in-law's name and attached it to a different account and is starting to say crazy things that my mother-in-law would never say. So up in this corner here, because I am in my news feed, so I'm at home, right? That's my home, which is different than my page. My page is all the things I create. My news feed is everything that's out there and just popping up by the algorithms. So I'm in my home. I see this. I say, oh, that's not my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law isn't into, she is very much into all of this. So, but we're going to pretend. And I'm going to go to these three dots over here. And I am going to say I'm interested, not interested, keep going down, scroll down, report post. Very, very important when you get something like this from someone else. So you can't do it on yourself, unless that person who pretended to be Jeff actually posted on Jeff's Facebook page, but that would not be likely. But posting on other people to say, hey, be my friend, you can report them. And this starts the process of getting Facebook to pay attention. You're seeing the drop down app, right? This menu. Are you seeing this menu?
Let's see. Yes.
Okay. Where it says report post or block Carol's profile.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you want to do. You actually have to work to get there. You know,
Okay.
the first things are, hey, I don't want to see this anymore, or I don't want to see all of it, you know, very interested in it. Turn on, turn off, hide posts, things like that. Snooze somebody who's being super annoying for 30 days, unfollow. But when there's truly bad actors out there, you want to start the process of reporting. I'm not going to do that here, but when you click report post, what happens is it comes up with a whole process of the why are you reporting this, and it lists the community guidelines that you think it's breaking, and what they're going to do about it. Oh, Joyce and Medina made it.
Mm.
Medina walked out of the room because it's Facebook. Oh no, she's still there. However, I have some
I'm here.
interesting news for
I'm here.
Medina today about Facebook. She's using it whether she likes it or not. All right, so that's number
Okay.
one, change your password.
Okay.
Number two, make sure that you tell everybody about it. And
Mhm.
then number three, if you can get one of your friends, like, you know, if that popped up, if we're friends and that popped up for me, then
Mhm.
I would go ahead and report that person
Okay.
right away,
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
get them to stop their account.
Yep.
And if you get enough of your friends to do it, it will happen pretty quickly, actually.
Okay.
Terry, is there anything you want to add?
Nope.
It
Well,
just happens.
It
Life
happens to John more than me for some reason, because he doesn't, I don't know how often he changes anything. So
Yeah, I'll bet John doesn't take a whole lot
I
of
don't,
security
I don't,
measures. Neither does my husband, sadly, and I can't get him to listen to me, but you know, it's
um,
the shoemaker's children go barefoot. Is that how the saying
That's right.
goes?
but I think there was the point where it really started being in everything. Like it would come up with a birthday, something like really odd would come up and somebody else would see it, like one of his friends or probably one of my son, and say, you didn't go to a birthday party at the circus or something like that. uh, but it would take
Because I wasn't
forever.
invited, otherwise I'd be there.
Mhm.
But it's funny, but usually it's somebody else that he doesn't seem to get like a notification or something that, welcome. I don't know, but how quickly it happens and how they have the same picture. In fact, after like 20 years, he changed his picture, his picture on Facebook, and it came up with the new one, like that. Maybe that was it. Maybe when he changed something, it gave an opportunity. I mean, I'm sorry. I have all these theories, but it just is funny that it does happen to him. And
Yeah. I think he probably just doesn't pay much attention to all that stuff. All right, I'm going to segue right into Medina, since she's in the room now. And I know that, as far as I know, Medina is the only person, I could be wrong, somebody correct me, who does not use Facebook. Is there anybody else?
Wow. Go Medina.
I do not use Facebook. This is Sally.
Okay. All right. Good. Excellent.
Mhm.
So, no judgment. I understand it. I use it as a business tool, and I think it's a great way for families to stay connected. In order to do that, the truly useful way to use it for yourself is to have a private account where only your family has access to it, and all of your family has access to it. And then you can't keep the ads out, but you keep the rest of the world out. And Facebook has guards in place where you can just pretty much lock down everything and keep to your own private little world and still see your grandkids' videos. And there are other ways to do that as well, but that's one way. But I found a disturbing thing, and I instantly thought of Medina because I know that Medina is a non-Facebook user. So I'm going to share my screen, and show you the little article that I'm going to be sharing with you.
Connected. I stay connected with my family through WhatsApp.
Correct. Which is also a Meta product. So I'm not that impressed. You know, I love you. And it's also owned by the same company that owns Facebook and Instagram. So there you go. You understand?
I do. I do.
Yeah. And it is, you know, it feels entirely different, and it's a great way to stay connected for sure. Particularly because you have international family. And that's important. That's a really easy way to do that. But here's what a byproduct. I was reading this article, and this came out today. And if you use Google, you know that when you pull up the search, so let me see if this is going to share this tab instead. If I do a search that says how accurate, and we've looked at this, our weather forecasts, that's a good enough one. Okay, and automatically Google has now defaulted to this all tab, which puts an AI overview right at the very top. And we talked about ways to get around that very quickly. For anybody who didn't remember, you just go to web view, and it does not come up with AI telling me anything. It gives me websites that answer that question, for better or for worse. You know, I would probably look at the I would look at the NOAA website before I looked at Reddit to tell me, because Reddit is no different. Reddit is just more opinions. Maybe Forecast Advisor, maybe the weather company, Forecast Watch. Wikipedia is also a crowdsourced information. So, you know, that could or might not be accurate. So, but I'm going to go back to my original query, which was in all, and all gives me my AI overview. With an AI overview, you
No, but somebody
show
will.
more.
I know that a lot of people, I curious.
Terry, would you mind muting yourself?
Sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry.
When we get this, we've got right here, where did it go to? So it says that it got this information from NOAA. So that was the first article that popped up on the other look at it. But then it also picked up one from Weatherflow and Our World in Data, which are also shown on the side here. So what it's telling me is that it's looking at these sites, and then it goes down to the actual websites. Now, we also get people ask, and does the, you know, and it asks various questions. It's sometimes uncanny how much those questions are something I also want to know. But remember that this is also AI sorting through gobs and gobs of information. And it will do a prediction here, and then it'll say, who said that? Farmer's Almanac, who is right, what, 60% of the time? Anybody know? Here's another one from, there's the NOAA site again. So I'm automatically getting an AI overview unless I choose not to. So did I stop the share?
Yes.
Okay. So that is accurate. This article, which I'll probably share with you. I have a limited number of full articles I can share with you. So if that one's interesting to you, I'm happy to share that. And I can share it with everybody. I only get 10 articles a month. So let me know if you guys want that one or not. But here's the takeaway from it. Sometimes the information they're gathering is from Facebook, which we know is not an accurate source of anything, right? Sometimes it's gathering it from Reddit, equally inaccurate source. Wikipedia, yes or no on accuracy. I mean, I use it a lot, but the thing is, if you're using the AI overview, what the people who are testing the accuracy of it we're finding, first of all, it's well known because Google does these tests as well as other tech companies that are testing this stuff all the time. With the latest AI, Gemini 3, it's accurate 91% of the time. Okay, that's pretty darn good, but it depends on how much you need that information to be accurate. The Gemini 2 was accurate 85% of the time. And remember that those AI overviews are pulling from everywhere, and they're pulling from Reddit and Facebook. They're pulling from literally everywhere. So one of the people who was testing this decided to create a website, which anybody can do, and they made it a blog, and they wrote an article about themselves as being a award-winning journalist in hot dog eating competitions. Okay, he's not, but he just wrote this, and he put it on his website, and then he wrote a couple of other things, put those on the website, and then the next day went and asked, what award-winning journalists are champions in hot dog eating? And he came up. That article that he wrote himself came up because he wanted, you know, he wanted to test the system. So literally, you have to take everything when you're doing any kind of AI searching. You've got to consider and literally engage in what's the source. You know, is Reddit telling you about the accuracy of weather forecasts, or is NOAA telling you? there's you know, it doesn't mean that the people at NOAA can't be wrong, but there's a much higher degree of accuracy in NOAA being correct about it than Facebook or Reddit being correct about it. Terry.
I've been seeing a la mode. After I was a Google search, you want to know more about Sunday's bar group, like about the subject you just asked about. And then it says under there in small letters, a la mode, like ice cream on pie, you know. No?
You sure it's not saying AI mode?
No. No, because it's, okay, I'm going to have to let you know.
Okay, so tell me where you saw this.
A Google search. I was looking for a restaurant in Miami yesterday.
Okay.
And it's in more information under.
All right, we're going to do this so everybody can see it. So you asked for Miami restaurant?
Restaurants near Baptist Hospital. That was my exact.
Restaurants near Baptist Hospital. Cannot spell today. Miami. Kendall or Miami?
Kendall.
Okay. All right. So then you got your AI overview.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then did you hit show more?
Hey, I'm trying to remember. Maybe just under more places, or moved on to 10 restaurants or something.
Were you in maps?
No, I went on a Google search, not a Safari search. You know, it's just on my phone.
I just saw, right, Betsy, scroll down a little bit and it said, dive deeper in AI mode. Right there.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I read that as a la mode. I was thinking of cake all the time.
You were seriously hungry. That's what I was asking. Was it AI mode?
I am so embarrassed.
It's good that you weren't grocery shopping, Terry. That's hilarious. All right. So yesterday I sat in a meeting, a community project meeting, and people were sitting there, like we were asking questions about tax and sales tax in the state of North Carolina. And people were sitting there diving into AI and coming up with these answers. And I'm like, it doesn't sound quite right. So I go to the North Carolina Department of Revenue site, who collects the taxes and then does what they're going to do with those taxes. And the question was, what are counties' tax rates? And in North Carolina, the statewide tax rate across the board is 6.75%. But some counties have enacted a 1/4 cent sales tax to help pay for local projects. And so the only choice for taxes in North Carolina now are 6.75%, which is standard. Or if the voters voted in that 1/4 cent sales tax, then it's 7%. But that's it. That's the sales tax in every single county, all 100 counties. It was that or that. And somebody was sitting next to me because they were going into AI mode, and they're going, no, this particular county has this rate. And I'm like, no, they don't. And they showed me, look right here in the AI summary. Here it is. And I said, I'm on the Department of Revenue's website who collects the money, and this is what they say. So think about this as you're going and looking at stuff. Look at the sources, look and see, all right, where is the information coming from? Is it somebody's blog site who says they're the best hot dog eater on the planet? Or is it actually coming from a reputable source? And consider your sources before you dive in. And remember that it is also including things like social media posts and everything all across the planet. So good information to know. Welcome, Martin.
Yeah, good morning. A little behind schedule this morning, but I'm back on track.
Yay! We missed you last week.
Yeah, I know. Just got mixed up. I thought it was Tuesday and it was Wednesday. You know, one of those.
It's tough to be retired.
Yeah, I'm telling you get completely messed up. But we're back on track this morning now.
All right.
I'm a
So
little
next
late.
article that I wanted to just share the information with you. It's a super long article, and it's super into the tech. I mean, it's just like charts and graphs and all kinds of things. It's really good information. But the bottom line is the death of the cheap laptop is coming. And the reason why is I'll sum all of that great information for you. And first, honor Kathy for going ahead and replacing her laptop. Yay, Kathy. For doing it when it is a time when it is relatively inexpensive. If you've been sitting on the fence thinking, my computer's kind of old, and geez, I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick with this. Maybe I'll wait for the next, big technology push in it. Maybe I want the hottest, greatest thing, or maybe I just think I don't want to spend that right now. I can limp along for a little while. The problem is actually a supply chain kind of issue. The components, the hardware, the stuff that goes into our computers, the actual physical stuff, is being gobbled up by the tech companies in their AI development. So again, we're talking about AI. It's kind of a theme this week, and I figured we just might as well hop on it. It is still talking about security because if you're using an old laptop, you're not going to be able to keep up with security as much as you would like to in this day and age when everything under the planet is being hacked for zero reason or all reasons or no reasons. So seriously, think about it. I bought a laptop a month ago from Walmart. It's a Lenovo for $329. That article is saying that's not going to be the case anymore, that those prices are going to ramp up pretty quickly because of all of the equipment, the pieces, the chips, the processors, all of that stuff on the inside is being used in huge quantities to make all of this AI stuff happen. I mean, when they create systems, they have to buy the bits and parts just like we do. We buy them all assembled, but they're assembling them. So I want you to just think about it and save yourself some money now, is what that article is saying. And you might have a little bit of time. I would not wait a year. I would probably not even wait 6 months if you're considering it. And I will say, how many people in the room have a PC with a tower and I'll answer that in a second, and a separate monitor, or is everybody on laptops now?
Laptop.
Laptop monitor. Yours is pretty new though, Linda. Right? Terry, you have a new tower?
No tower.
No
just
tower,
have-
laptop only.
But John did get a new laptop, which he waited
Excellent.
2 years too long. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. So like I said, if anybody's holding on to some old stuff and you're like, I'm kind of sitting on the fence about this, you might not want to sit on the fence about it anymore. Joyce asked, will it affect Apple products? Yeah, I'm sure, because it's all kind of the same bits and parts on the inside. What differentiates Apple, from my understanding, is the programming that happens on the inside. And I honestly wouldn't say that if we think about what is Apple doing in terms of AI, they're developing AI too, right? I mean, no tech company is not doing AI anymore. They're all doing it. And so if Apple, I'm sure Apple isn't using PCs to create their products. And so that means that they're going to be gobbling it up too. So if you have some older stuff, you might want to take a look at it. Traditionally, Apple products have always been a little bit more expensive than PCs. So if you next time you're around the Apple store, you might want to, if you've got a real friendly person there, you might want to ask if they've heard anything coming down the pipeline about those. Martin.
Suppose you have an old computer that you want to get rid of. Is there a way you can sanitize it so that nobody gets
100%. 100%. So you have a PC with Windows, or is it a Mac?
It's with Windows.
Okay. So I will write this in the email because this is good information for everybody. But what you're going to do is you're going to open up settings.
Yeah.
Then you're going to open system.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to hit recovery. And then it says reset PC. Like I said, I will write this out.
Okay. Well, I just wrote it down.
And then it says remove everything.
Okay.
And then choose clean data to expunge all of the files and bleach the drive clean. Don't ever do this if you don't intend to. Only if you're going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was talking with the woman who is the manager of our local landfill, and we were finding out about how everything that leaves our home and goes over there gets processed. And when people throw away computers, she tells me that they do a process of cleaning the data off, which is pretty impressive. I did not think that they would do that at the landfill. I don't know if they're just running a big magnet over it and doing a wish and a prayer and hoping that that cleans everything because it's supposed to. I can't imagine them trying to turn on a system and clean it. That's way above their, skill set. So, but they're not smashing it because you can't. The components have things that they can't go into the landfill by law. And so they're having to take all of the computers and any kind of technology pieces, and they actually have to sell them, I forgot how it went, to a company that processes them, breaks them down because of the sensitive data. But that means that you are trusting other people to actually do their job with your life. So I wouldn't do that. I would go through this process. And like I said, I will give you all of the specific information piece by piece. Jackie.
Well, I have a question about Kindle. I have a couple old Kindles and I would like to get rid of them, but I don't want to remove everything that's Kindle does it make sense? I mean, I don't want to lose everything that I have on my active Kindle. How do I wipe an old one?
Right. That's a really good question. Because so you're talking about you have a Kindle tablet.
I have 3 because somebody gave me a new one,
Yep.
Christmas.
Yeah.
So of course the new ones are better, the screen's better,
Yeah.
the battery life. So I have 2 old ones that I keep looking at what to do with.
My guess, it would be the same as cleaning an iPad,
Okay.
which is to restore factory settings.
Okay.
Typically, if you're going to transfer an iPad to somebody else, you just go into settings and let me just see. Open up Scott's little trusty iPad here, and I'm going to just do a search for it and say factory. Oh, and it's not coming up with that. Really? Joyce. She's my Apple guru. Isn't it restore factory settings? Isn't that the language?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe let me type in restore. That's not coming up either. When in doubt, we are going to stop AI from giving me any answers. I'm going to go to web and I'm going to say,
Are we supposed to see your screen?
nope. Trace settings on iPad. Okay. No, I'm pulling it up first. All right, share this tab. All right, and the answer, so what I did was I went in, I got out of AI mode, I went right to web mode, and it still does the sponsored results, which are the ads, but I always go down here. I want to ask Apple how to do it. It says go to settings, tap general, tap transfer or reset. Okay. So I would say try that on your Kindle. Let's
Okay.
just say restore factory settings on Kindle. And there were a lot of choices. There was Kindle Fire, there was Kindle, if I go back, Kindle Paperwhite. We'll just go basic. So Amazon's got an answer. YouTube has an answer. Just Answer. I'm looking for Kindle's answer. Isn't that interesting? Kindle itself does not come up in the very top results.
But isn't
Well, it's Amazon. It's
Amazon.
Amazon.
It is
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's on Amazon. Yeah, right. Amazon Kindle, right.
Sorry, something went wrong. Let's try the read
Please
more
let
link.
dog
Okay.
alone.
Quick actions, settings, device options, factory reset.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
There you go.
Good
Beautiful.
question.
Good.
Good question. All right. Did I stop sharing? It's really weird how it's bouncing back without me hitting stop the share. That's really strange. It's kind of unnerving me today. All right. Good question. All right. We are going to go to more security. This time, Amy's needs to pay attention. No, you
I'm
are.
always paying attention.
I know you are. All right. We're going to share
No,
this
you're
tab.
not.
All right. So Android vulnerability can break your lock screen in under 60 seconds. That's frightening. It's a pretty technical article. It's talking about the fact that a particular vulnerability, nothing that we've done whatsoever, but it's actually on the chip, makes you vulnerable to any kind of hacking. And so the main thing I want you all to know is if you have an Android phone, you can look up your phone either here or here. Go to those, and you need to know exactly what kind of phone you have, right, in order to do that. So that's it. That's a very, very short one, but You would want to know whether or not you have those vulnerabilities. It says that manufacturers have patches in the security updates. So you always want to make sure that you have the absolute most updated software ever. And that's the reason right then and there is the fact that if you don't, you are vulnerable to all kinds of crazy things. So I will send that along so that you can check and see whether or not your phone has that. On an Android phone, of course, you're going to go to your settings. And on the settings, generally, it's all the way down at the bottom. Well, this time it's not. Mine is about halfway down, and I don't see me, so I can't see if I'm in the room here. And it is about phone. Okay, so you're going to go into your settings where your little cog wheel is, and then you're going to go to about phone. And in the about phone, it's going to tell you exactly what kind of phone you have. You might have to get to some of these numbers that wouldn't make any sense to anybody, but these are things that you might have to have access to in order to determine if your phone is one of the problem ones. And the best thing to do with that is when you're on that, if you see that that's what that needs, just take a screenshot of this so that then you can go back and forth and check the numbers for all of this and see, is it one of those kinds of phones?
And can you explain like what would be the problem if it was one of those kinds of phones?
Yeah, things that normally would take a really long time to hack into take 60 seconds.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So security, all about
Okay.
security.
Gotcha.
And for everyone, it just means you always want to have the latest update. That's what's going to keep you safe. All right. Speaking of safety, you know how much I talk about password managers, and they absolutely keep you safe way better. And I'm just going to say there was a little line in here that made me, let's see, where is it? No, I'm not going to say it, but I'll share this with you. Basically, it says that password managers are great and we should definitely use them. We shouldn't share them. So some of this is talking about corporate or, a group or a nonprofit that is sharing passwords, makes things more vulnerable. Definitely says it's much better to use this than using a spreadsheet or a piece of paper to store your passwords. But that being said, they're not always safe. And so with this, they can be hacked. It is not easy, but it is not impossible. And so we're talking about a group of users, weak encryption and that kind of thing, account recovery options, but how to stay safe. Think about when you have banking, maybe your health records, any kind of investments. If you can, enable multi-factor authentication. I know that people feel like, gosh, that's such a pain in the neck. And, I have to wait for the text message to come or the email to come to give me this special code. It is safer. And when you're talking about your lifelong investments, what is going to, your money or your data so that you can keep all of your stuff safe. It's a small price to pay for two-factor authentication to get that second, has to come to your phone. So your phone has to be in your hand, which means that even if somebody gets your password, you're using a password manager, which I will say, to my knowledge, so far, I do not know or have not heard of Apple or Google's password managers being hacked yet. That day is probably coming. But other companies like LastPass and OnePass and Forget Your Pass and all those other ones, they've all been hacked at least once. So it's not impossible, but using two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication is always going to keep you safer. Carlene.
So I was having a lot of trouble because I had to keep changing my password for a certain app. I don't know, it might have been the app or maybe it was a website, but I have all these passwords that are old and saved and not any good anymore. How can I delete them? Just, you know what I mean? Clean up the
Yeah.
old passwords.
Are they in Google?
Well, I don't know. They're in both. They're everywhere. They're Chrome and their key, passkey, whatever. I don't know.
Okay, so you've got in both systems, Apple and
Because
Google.
yes, I have an iPad and an of Android. So
Okay.
therefore,
So and just so you know, you can't, well, that's all right. In either one of them, if you know that password is no good, you can delete it. The easy way to go around to deal with that is one at a time. So
Right.
when you are going into, I don't know, let's say your health record, let's say you've got a patient portal at Baptist Health. And so you're going into that and you know that that's an old password and you want to keep that information safe. You know, sometimes we think, oh, well, you know, it's just nice to keep our, you know, health records safe. No, it's a huge security risk to not keep your health records safe. So while we think of our money and our investments and those kinds of things, we know we want to keep those safe, but your health records are just as important. So what I would do is I would go into the Baptist Health patient portal and I would start with the things that matter, like your health records, your investments, your banking, your credit cards. Go into that and you go change your password. So of course, you know, you have to know your password first, change that password, and then keep that password. Tell your password manager, yes, save that password. I know Google will say, update your password, and you say yes, and it should override it. I don't know how Key does it. I don't know how the Apple keychain does it. So, but Google will ask you. And then what you do is you go into your passwords and you can do a safety check on them. You can go, okay, I just went into Baptist Health and I know, and when you do this, you kind of got to go, if you're going to use that strong suggested password, you're going to go, okay, it ends in HYZ. And so then when you go in and you look and you say, oh my goodness, there are 6 passwords saved for Baptist Health. All right, which one ends in HYZ? And you can delete the rest of them right then and there. So they're out of your system. Very easy to just do this one at a time as it comes up. When you have to go into a website, change your password at that moment because you're already logged in. Generally, you have to know your old password, right? Your password manager should allow you to do that. You just open up your password manager, take a look at it, copy and paste it into there. And then change your password, say yes to save, and then delete the old one. Does that make sense?
yeah. Isn't there a way though to sync? So to make sure my iPad recognizes my Google passwords. I'm not sure if I know about that.
Yeah, so
You
what
know-
you have to do is you have to be operating in Chrome. So on
Chrome.
your iPad, if you're going, we'll use Baptist Health again, don't use Safari if you
No,
got
I
it
never
saved
use
on Google.
Safari.
Hmm?
I never use Safari.
Okay, so yeah, it's already there.
But
When you use Password Manager and you're in Chrome, it's all there, regardless of what device you're on, as long as you're in Chrome.
okay. Well, I know one time I changed my password and it didn't ask for an update, and I'm thinking, what the heck? Because it was a strong one, and it was anyway.
That's a little frightening.
Yeah, I've had a little issues with passwords, so I just have to
Okay, so very
focus on it.
very quickly, I will go into, let me share screen because we are running out of time and we didn't get to everything we want to do, but I'm going to very quickly go in. And so I'm in my Great Heart account. When I click on my icon, whether it is on my phone or on a computer, but here you can actually see it. I go to manage my Google account and I go to security and sign in. Can you all see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. go to security and sign in. Oh, stop it. Don't want to scan now. No, 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 no. And I have two-step verification on. When I look at my passwords going all the way down, I have one password saved in my Google, in this particular Google account, because I don't use this one for anything. And it's my Zoom password for this account. Right. So then I go into it
Your name
and I have to verify it's me. On my phone,
or
I just have to use my biometrics or my code to get into my phone. But now I'm in, so this is a password in the Google account for this account. And there's the username and there's the password. I can look at it, which I'm not going to do in front of you all on a recording. I can just copy it. But if I were looking at it, I would go in and I would look at it and I would go, okay, that's not the new one. And presumably it would also show the new one, even if it doesn't say update, Carlene. If you've got it saved, if you've got it so that it's going to do that automatically, then it should save it. But this is how you check. If it didn't, then I would go back in, change the password, write it down, go in here and hand edit it. You can click on this button, you can click edit, and it's going to allow you to change the username or the password. Do you see
Well,
how
I
I
think
got
I was
there?
in, yeah, but I think I was in an app and not really in Chrome.
It doesn't
if that
matter.
was- Okay,
It should not matter.
all right.
But
Well, I just haven't.
if you were in an app on your iPad, then chances are it saved it in Keychain instead.
Right, and that's the issue.
So then you go into your Keychain and you just copy and paste it, and you go into your Google Password Manager and you make a new password
Okay,
so that
yeah,
it's in both. It's not going to sync across those two systems.
got it. Okay. So
Medina.
it's just time consuming, and I don't have time.
I
A
know.
lot of time.
You don't have time to lose everything.
I know. Well,
That's a fact.
I have
And
to just deal with it, you know.
I
But
would
these were
suggest
yeah.
time yourself on how long it takes to change one. I'll bet for the important ones, the ones that really, really matter, it would take less than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I know we're busy.
Oh, yeah.
We're busy people, but 30 minutes for a headache of having your identity stolen and all of your money stolen, that's a problem.
Thank you. Gotta go.
Okay,
30
Medina.
30 minutes to change a password? That doesn't.
No, to do all of hers that concern her that are in Safari in the keychain.
Okay. All right.
to
My
Chrome.
my question was, and it's totally off topic. I recently read someplace or got an email that Google is giving people the opportunity to change their username, not the username. Yes, your email address. Do you know anything about that?
Well, you can always create a new one, so.
No, it's not creating a new one. It's to actually change the article. I just briefly looked at it, and it was about, you might have set up your email when you were in your 20s and you picked like something silly and you want to do something better. I was just wondering if you've seen any information on that.
I have not.
Okay, I'll look at it.
According to AI, it says as of late 2025 and early 2026, you can change your @Gmail address directly through Google account settings without creating a new account. The old address becomes an alias, ensuring that you still receive your mail. You can only change it once every 12 months.
Yeah, but then you have to notify everyone that's got your.
No, it says your old address becomes an alias, ensuring that you still receive your mail.
Okay.
So you will still receive your mail. But in your sending out mail, you should go ahead and notify people of the new one. But it will allow you to do that.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yeah, good question. Thanks for educating me. All right, we are completely out of time. Way over
Thank
time.
you.
but I didn't see any people setting up for yoga yet. Terry, who's sitting next to you?
Anne
Yeah.
and
You'll need
she-
to unlock your
Brennan.
address first.
Yeah.
I made the assumption I will get you all her information. So she hasn't, signed in
Okay,
yet.
you said your name is Ann.
Yes,
What's your last name, Ann?
Bronner,
Just spelled
with a B. Bronner.
right.
Bronner. Okay, got it. Jackie,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Um,
very much.
And if
Carly-
you want to get, at the end of the day, I send an email about you've got the link to the class so that you can watch it on YouTube later on. You can also have the links to the various articles that I'm sharing. Make sure that I have your email address. Sally, are you getting that?
Wondering myself whether I was getting it. It's in an email that you sent after the class?
Yeah,
I,
but you have
I,
to give me your email.
I need to look. Sally, Sally,
Hmm.
Zink, Z as in zebra, INK at Yahoo.
SALLY zinc at Yahoo.
Yeah.
Got it. I will add you to the group.
Wonderful.
Ann, do you want to get this email?
I don't think I get YouTube very well.
That's okay. You'll still get the you. We can talk about that next week, but
Okay, all right, I'll wait.
what you get is the links to all the articles that I share. And I only send it to people who are in this class. So you get the YouTube link because I've been recording it, and then you also get the links to the articles I share. So
Can I
would
get
you-
that on my Android phone? The YouTube?
of course, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have to
What's
have
your-
Wi-Fi or anything like that?
What?
Do you have to have Wi-Fi?
Do you get email on your phone?
Yes.
Then that should be fine.
Okay. All right. It's just my phone don't always work right.
I'm gonna give you, I have some ideas for you to come.
Terry can help you with that.
Okay, thank you.
Give me
Till
your
next
email
time.
address.
You want it still? I can wait till next time. Just
Then
give
you'll
me
miss
one
everything
ticket.
about this class.
That's okay.
All right. Have a good week, everybody.